So this is a typical Mangalorean kitchen setup. These are the ingredients that you'll always find. Idenu meen curry, huh? There's some boiled rice there and beans. White rice kuda undu. Idenu tenginkai enne, huh? I love the aroma. The kane. This is a good specimen of a kane. Chanagide. This is a kane that's quite meaty. I can see that masala in there. That curry is quite rustic and punchy. I think the cook has done a good job with that rava coating. It's just enough to cover the fish, aided by the masala, but not so much that it obliterates its flavors. Well, we are in a place called Padubidri, which is about 25 kilometers from Mangalore, and I have heard of SANNIDHI restaurant. ಎಷ್ಟು old ಇದೆ ಇದು? 100 years restaurant? So this is a 100-year-old house. Look at these rosewood pillar. Oh, I love this rosewood pillar. This is 100 years. Look at the way it's standing strong. That's one wooden beam all the way through. And even the older houses you would bend to get in. So that is a mark of respect.
Respect.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಏನು ಸರ್? ವಿನಯ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ. ಓನರ್ ಯಾರು ಇದು?
ಓನರ್ ಪೂರ್ಣದವರು ಚಂದ್ರ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ, ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ. ಅವರದೊಂದು 10-15 ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಉಂಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಶ್ರೀಗಳಿಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಬನ್ನಿ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೋಸ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಹೌಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟೈನಿ ರೂಮ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಕಿಚನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮದು?
ಅದು ಮನೆ ಇದ್ದದ್ದೇ.
ಸೊ ಜನರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿನ್ನೋದು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ರಾದರ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಹೌಸ್ and they have this courtyard sort of an area at the back, which is where you sit and eat. This reminds me of my grandfather's house in Mangalore. Hinde tota ittu. Cashew mara ella ittu alli, iga illi tenginkai mara ide. So this is the mango tree. So if you want to know what houses in Mangalore would be like, this is what it would be like. I can see some kane ide, bangude ide, pomfret ide. So when I look at the fish, I want that fish not to be frozen. Adu anjal. Bangude ide, masale haki. Bhutai, sardines. Disco mean. Adu disco skin tegitaralla? Fry mada munche. There's some croaker fish there. Idan tenginkai enne, huh? I love the aroma. Millinda fresh. Idu masalele arshana kuda ide, huh? ಬ್ಯಾಡಗಿ ಮೆಣಸಿನಕಾಯಿ, ಗುಂಟೂರು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಖಾರಾಗೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಹುಣಸೆ ಹಣ್ಣು ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ? ಸಿರ್ಕ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ? ಸಿರ್ಕ ಹಾಕಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು? ಜಯಶ್ರೀ. So Jayashri is from the local village and she fries the fish here. It's not a typical commercial kind of a setup. ನಿಮ್ದು ಹೆಸರು ಏನು ಸರ್?
ನಂದು ದಿನೇಶ್.
ದಿನೇಶ್. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಊರು?
ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ 12 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್.
ಅದು ಸೇಮ್ ಮಸಾಲೆವಾ? ಅದೇ ಮಸಾಲೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾಣ್ಕೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಕೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ,
ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ರಂಚಿಗೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ರವಾ. ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಕುಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ನಮ್ದು ಒಂದು 23-24 ವರ್ಷ.
ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್. So I like the setup here. It's a house. There's of course the main cook and then there are the ladies who help him, who are from the surrounding area. So they're the ones who are involved in the preparation of the food. So these are basically the staples that go into a fish curry, alla? The backbone of a Mangalorean fish curry is the coriander seeds, the jeerige and the menthe. Curryಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಂತ್ಯ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಮ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ?
ಕರಿಮೆಣಸು, ಹಸಿನ ಹುಡಿ, ಉದ್ದು ಬೇಳೆ, ಕಡಲೆ ಬೇಳೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ.
ತರಕಾರಿಗೆ ಒಗ್ಗರಣೆ ಹಾಕುವಾಗ. So this is a typical Mangalorean kitchen setup. These are the ingredients that you'll always find. ಇದೇನು ಮೀನ್ ಕರಿಯ? Dal ಇದೆ. There's some boiled rice there and beans. White rice kuda undu. What I really like is the house. There is no power right now. I wish I could sit inside and eat because there's nothing like sitting in a 100-year-old structure. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕತ್ತೆ ಈ ಈಗ? ಸೂಪರ್. I like the way they have preserved the house. Bada like undu. I really like the atmosphere, the energy of this place. With the house and the compound at the back. With all the coconut trees, the mango mara, the mango tree. On the disco, on the kane, prawns tawa fry. Idu silver fish deep fry, rava deep fry, mate suka. My bale ele is here. Prepare the bale ele a bit, solpa neer haki. We have lunch here at Hotel SANNIDHI in Padubidri. So this of course is a bale ele uta. So you get a vegetable which is the beans, you get a pickle, you get a raita, you get some boiled rice and you get a curry. Now this curry is typically a curry which is made with small fish. So I think here I have probably some bhutai, I'm not sure. The function of those fish, of that tiny fish, is basically just to add some flavor to that curry. And then of course we have the fries. So this is the bolanjir fry. This is a rava fry. We have a prawn. I have a disco mean here and also a kane. And this is unusual. So this is a nati koli chicken sukka. So you typically find the broiler sukka everywhere. You don't find a nati koli sukka. So I was quite curious to see what this tasted like. So anyway, so that's lunch here in Padubidri. I think we're going to make a beginning with my favorite fish, the kane. This is a good specimen of a kane. Chanagide. This is a kane that's quite meaty. I can see that masala in there. Solpa mullu irutte. You have to be slightly careful. Oh, that fish is pristine in its freshness. I can taste the flavor of the coconut oil. The masala is tasty, not as punchy, but I think it's the freshness of the fish that shines in this particular fry. When it comes to a kane, you have to find the right size in terms of the kane. Too small becomes too bony to eat. So you need a kane which is fairly decent in its size, and this is a good specimen of what the size of a kane should be. I'm going to go for the next side of that kane. Every place, every cook has his own formula to what the masala should be. So out here I find the masala is warming enough. Could it have had a little more punch? Perhaps. But then the freshness of the fish may have been lost. The flavors, because the kane is quite delicate in its flavors. I think let's go for some more curry now. That curry is quite rustic and punchy. So the punch that may be slightly missing in that fish fry masala is definitely present in plenty in that curry. And the combination with the boiled rice is soul food to a Mangalorean. Let's taste some of the beans palya. So tasty beans palya. Plenty of coconut there, fresh grated coconut, some turmeric just to give it a bit of color, and a seasoning of some curry leaf, mustard seeds and some lentils. Let's go for one of that silverfish, the bolanjir. I love the way you can crunch into this. What I like is that the rava coating isn't thick enough to obliterate the flavor of the fish. That rava coating serves just to coat the fish lightly. So once you crunch into that rava, you're pretty much tasting the fish all the way through. Sometimes when you have this rava fried fish, I find that the rava and that masala becomes a little thicker than what it should be. So what happens is you end up tasting the masala and that rava, but the flavor of what lies beneath that crust is lost. But out here, I think the cook has done a good job with that rava coating. It's just enough to cover the fish, aided by the masala, but not so much that it obliterates its flavors. They also add some cornstarch into this because they want that fish to be crispy. I think next let's taste that prawn tawa fry. I find the prawn slightly gritty. So I suspect the prawns may have had some grit before that masala was applied onto it. There's also a fair bit of lime that I'm tasting in that prawn. They apply a squeeze of lime on that prawn, so you can certainly taste its tart presence. The masala was all right. There's also plenty of garlic in this tawa masala, some curry leaf. The prawns are fresh, just a bit gritty to the bite. I think next let's go for that disco mino. So this is a fish that is quite popular now in most places because it's a fish that's also fairly reasonable in its price. But it has a thick skin, so they have to peel the skin off before they apply that masala and fry the fish. And it's a fish that's rather meaty, rather fleshy. I think the masala works very well with this fish. I love the part of the fish fry where the masala has formed a dark crust. So that's where you'll also find that the flavors of the masala, be it the spice, the salt, the lime, the acidity, all that is concentrated. And you get that jor ka flavor jatka. I think next we're going to go to that Nati Koli Sukka, which is a country chicken sukka. Get some of the sukka gasi. You know, you can taste the flavor of the coconut and also the flavor of the chicken skin. So typically when they cook a nati chicken, they leave the skin on because that's where there's a lot of flavor. That is chicken which has a bit of a bite, which is what you expect from country chicken. So the sukka that's done here, the coconut is very fine. So typically when I've tasted sukka, the coconut is a little more coarser in its texture and it comes easily to the bite. But out here the coconut is rather grainy in its bite. It has been crushed rather fine. So I think that serves well to hold on to the meat. As you chew on the meat, it releases a flavor of the toasted spices, that garam masala that goes into the making of this chicken sukka. Let's fortify some of that fish curry rice with that sukka masala. I like the flavor of the gasi. So because the coconut is ground fine, all the spices have integrated rather well. That masala has combined rather well. It will also make a flavorful scoop with my boiled rice. You can taste the oils from that chicken skin. You can taste the fat that's rendered from the chicken skin into that sukka preparation. This is cooked to textbook perfection. This is rava fry. So if you happen to find yourself in Padubidri and want to savor some mean uta, you can certainly step into Hotel SANNIDHI. What endeared to me most was the charm of this 100-year-old home. The fish curry is a sort that's pleasing. Bolanjir rava fry was textbook perfect. The kane was pristine in its freshness. The masala perhaps a trifle lacking in its punch, but then I guess that also served to not overpower the delicate flavor of the fish. The masala in the prawn fry was rather punchy, especially with the garlic that I could taste, but I just wish that the prawns weren't too gritty. And the country chicken sukka was an interesting take on the traditional Mangalorean sukka preparation. I hope you enjoyed this short seafood watch. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, stay strong, and happy eating. If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page. You could pledge a nominal sum and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As, and a lot more. You could support us on our Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. Happy eating!